Okay, so Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, has fired his longtime trainer Abel Sanchez. They've been together for 9 years, and it came as a big shock to Abel Sanchez, who in interviews was very disappointed, and he was upset. He seemed bitter. You know what? I can understand where Abel Sanchez comes from and why he feels this disappointed and despondent, and he feels negative. But you know what? The thing is, this is boxing. It's a business. Boxing is not amateur. It's not amateur boxing we're talking about. We're talking about professional boxing. It's a business. There's a lot of money involved, and from the sounds of it, Abel Sanchez is saying that I heard some of his interviews, and he goes on about the money. The money, he needs the money. His kids, he can leave something for his kids and all that stuff. It makes me think that for Abel Sanchez, this was mainly about the money. Maybe it was just about the money for Abel. I'm not saying I'm right, but that's the feeling I get when I listen to him speak. Now, what Abel Sanchez, he's a very experienced trainer, but you see, the way I see it, his Triple G has gone stale. His boxing style went stale. He became one-dimensional. He couldn't change the gears. In boxing is all about levels. You need to go through levels. You need to up your game. You need to change gears. I swear to you, if you have never been in a boxing gym and you've never trained a fighter, or you've never trained yourself with different coaches all over the world, then you will not understand what I'm talking about. Boxing is about levels. Triple G has been stuck in second gear. He couldn't go to third and fourth and fifth gear. He couldn't. He was stuck in second gear. If you look at the fights he had with Canelo Alvarez, okay, many people say Triple G won both fights. Okay, that's debatable. But you know what? I'm a big Triple G fan. First of all, you look at both fights. Triple G did not have a game plan going into those fights. He had no game plan. And say what you want, it's a fact. He just did the same in the first fight. In the second fight, he marched forward and he threw big punches like he always did with all his fights. You know what? But he needs to realize, his coach needs to realize, boxing has changed. Boxing has evolved. Boxers don't train the same today as they did 40 or 50 years ago. When Abel Sanchez was training boxers 40 years ago, he was training his way and it worked. But it's all changed now, guys. It's changed now. I don't see Triple G doing any interval punching. Triple G could never cut Canelo down. He just followed him. He followed him like a robot. He boxed like a very, very robotic. His style was robotic and one-dimensional. And I'm saying that as the biggest Triple G fan out there. I'm the biggest fan out of him. He boxed one-dimensional. He couldn't cut him down. Canelo just moved to the side, moved to that side, bam, bam. In the first fight, Canelo Alvarez did a lot of boxing and moving. He surprised people. He said he was going to fight like a Mexican. He was going to stand toe to toe, but he didn't. He boxed and moved. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing. He didn't run away. It's just people say he ran away. It's not running away. It's just a style in boxing. You box and you move. In the rematch, Canelo Alvarez changed his game and he stood there toe to toe. He didn't back off. He didn't move around like he did in the first fight. But in the second fight, Triple G couldn't change his game. He boxed exactly the same. You know what? I get so frustrated because he's my favorite fighter, Triple G. My favorite human also, because he's so respectful. He's such a well-mannered gentleman. He doesn't insult anybody. He never gets angry at his opponents. Well, maybe he does, but I've never seen it. At press conferences, he doesn't get angry. He's a well-mannered guy, but you know what? He needs to, and I said before the second Canelo fight, I sent Triple G's promoter, I forgot his name, I sent him a message, an email, and I told him my feelings. I said that I believe that Abel Sanchez is an old man. He did a good job. For 9 years he did okay, but he couldn't take Canelo to the next level. Canelo Alvarez needs to do this, needs to do that. He needs to, Triple G. Triple G needs to work the body. Work the body, come up to the head, up and down, work the body again. Work on the jab, step to the side, cut him down. Rough him up, rough Canelo up. Because you didn't do that. You couldn't corner Canelo. Canelo was too slick. He moved all over, to the left, to the right. Fuck, you know what? So I don't know what Triple G is going to do with this. I can assure you, if I spend two months with him, 3 months with him, he's back to his old ways, Triple G. And I'm talking about his old ways where he was knocking people out, and he was the most feared boxer in the world. He was, but now I see his last 2 fights against Canelo, he couldn't change through the gears. He couldn't mix it up. He had no game plan. And you know what? You know who's to blame for that? Is his coach, Abel Sanchez. He's to blame for that, because your coach is the one who formulates a game plan. You as a boxer, you can have your own game plan, but you need to listen to your coach. You need to put your trust in your coach. Your coach watches from aside, and he sees things better than you. But unfortunately, he didn't have a game plan. In the first fight, Canelo fight, and in the second Canelo fight, Triple G did not have a game plan. So you know what? After watching those fights, I said to myself, Triple G, you need to retire, mate, or you need to change trainers, because and like I said, Abel Sanchez is very upset that he got fired, but it's life. You should have realized, Sanchez. You should have realized that you couldn't take Triple G further. You couldn't take him further to the next level. And believe me, there is a next level for Triple G. Why not? Sugar Ray Leonard, he proved it. There's a next level when he came back out of retirement and he beat Marvin Hagler. So there's a next level for Triple G. Triple G still has, I think, 3 or 4 good fights left. Maybe 3 good fights in him left. Because he's already 35, 36 years old. He's getting on now. He shouldn't go on, and become a punch bag for other people. But you need another trainer, Triple G. I'm there to help. But you need someone who can take you to the next level. Someone who can teach you about interval punching, stepping to the side, cutting your opponent down, cut him down and punish him, make him miss, make him pay. And be the man you were. Remember that Triple G that fought Martin Murray. Now Martin Murray, I know Martin Murray, I sparred with him in 2008, 2009. He was very good. He was good, and after you beat him, that's when I started watching your fight. So you know what, Triple G, you've got to do what you've got to do, but I'm glad you broke away from Abel Sanchez. He was good for you. Yes, he was good for you during your career. But you have become stale. Your style has become one-dimensional. Abel couldn't take you to the next level. He did well, yes, that's fine. But he got paid, which is it's a business. He does the job, he gets paid. That's how it works. He couldn't take you to the next level. You fired him. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And Abel, you move on. And like you said yourself in interviews, Abel, there are other boxers. Life goes on. You said it yourself. So life goes on, guys. You know what? And I wish Triple G all the best. But I hope he gets a good trainer. I'm not sure who he's looking at to train him. He's probably going to get a Mexican trainer again, because he's so mixed up with the Mexican trainers. He thinks, he rates them very highly, and some of them are great, but you know what? It's about evolution, Triple G. It's about technology, evolution, levels. Boxing has changed. The way you prepare for a fight, you don't prepare like the boxers prepared in 1980 and 1980s. It's all different. It's all changed now. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Share this video and check you again. Cheers.